I am recently single, so like almost 3 years of like monogamy, right? So I have really just been letting it loose.
You said you had sex 4 times this week.
Oh yeah.
It's Monday.
No, I mean, well, it is Monday. I also had a threesome last Wednesday. So it's, yes, in a hotel room. It was so hot. I went to this hotel room to see this guy. He's hot. It was great. I was like, all right, we'll just have sex. It'll be fine, whatever. And someone knocked at the door like as we were getting down. I was like, who the is that? We're trying to and he goes to the door and he's like, oh, I have a surprise for you. And like brought in a dude. When I'm on a tear, it's like, this is Sparta 300.
Of the morning to you, Bottom Nation. Go support the Patreon. We're doing full bonus episodes on there, reading your gay sex stories. Patreon.com/WHGS.
I am Ashbot 2000. The real Ashley Gavin could not make it to the following recording due to injuries from tripping too hard. She will, however, be visiting and tripping in a city near you. See Ashley live in Phoenix, Arizona on February 26th. Bloomington, Indiana on May 12th through 14th. Denver, Colorado on May 19th through 21st. And South Florida to be announced soon. Or see her show every Sunday in New York City. Tickets sell out quick, so join her newsletter at ashleygavin.com to be the first to know. Also, follow Kate, you little bottoms, at the Kate Sisk on Instagram and Twitter.
Do it now.
And this week we have Gus Constantellis. He is a very, very funny comedian, best known for his work on Instagram and TikTok. If you're Greek, you definitely know him. He is all over Greek talk. I don't know what the names are, but he's so funny. We talk about coming out to your immigrant parents and their sort of process around accepting his queerness and how great it is today. It's a really fun and also very raunchy episode. I think you're really going to enjoy it, listeners. Come to a live show, you little pieces of shit. Alex is in the room.
My gosh.
We're in the apartment. We're having gay sex. We're having gay sex with a huge TikToker, Instagrammer, comedian, writer on Netflix. I love his comedy.
Yes.
I respect his work so much. You're one of my favorite comedians. You do Sunday School all the time, which is my show in New York City. He's f***ing Greek, guys. This is probably what he's best known for, and I don't know if that makes you really want to end your whole career or if you're like super happy about it. You're Greek in the way I'm gay.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
But you're also gay.
Yeah, exactly. Right. But no gays follow me. When there's a gay person that follows me, I'm always like, I appeal to others. I really do.
Well, no Greek people follow me. I make sure of that. And
well, it's just me.
it's just Gus. Gus Constantellis. Thank you for being here.
Thanks for having me. I'm so excited.
Yeah. Did I say we're having gay sex with Gus Constantellis? We're having gay.
I think there was a lot of words in between.
Yeah, but that's who we're having gay sex with. And you're just a wonderful human being, and I'm just really glad that you're here.
Thank you. You're a wonderful human being. I'm so glad to be here. Kate, you're also a wonderful human being.
Oh,
Alex,
thank
I don't
you.
know you yet, really. Just to be honest. I'm so kidding.
Don't refer to him.
I don't know why I'm doing crowd work in an apartment, you know?
We have this bit running with Alex now that I like hate him, but I love Alex so much. How is your week going? We're heading into Thanksgiving. I don't know what the Greeks do.
Oh, we just have like a little turkey and we have a full lamb and then a full pasticcio, a full spanakopita. And then my mom like just introduced gravy to us like 4 years ago for the very first time. That's like literally what we do. It's like we start at like 1, we end at 2:30, and then I like go to another friend's house because everyone's like, okay, we did it. We're American. Yay.
Okay, so it's not like that big a deal.
No, not at all.
But so much food.
I didn't have my first traditional Thanksgiving meal until I was 22 because I was working in an office and I was the person in charge of like organizing the whole meal. And they were like, Gus, organize the Thanksgiving meal. And I was like, I had to go to my boss's office and be like, so I've never had yams. I've never had stuffing. I don't know what to order. Do I get a ham? And they were all like, we got to help this little dude. And that was my first Thanksgiving meal for real.
Wow.
But this week's been great. I moved into a studio and
That's great.
I'm living
Exciting.
alone for the very first time.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, my apartment is fuck town. That's what's been going on. It's been fuck town, fuck city. I don't know. We may be upgrading
You
soon.
said you had sex 4 times this week.
Oh, yeah.
It's Monday.
No, I mean, well, it is Monday. It's been a busy. What is it? It's
4 p.m.
4:20.
It's not even like midnight. It's 4 p.m.
It's been a day. I had a
He
whole
comes
morning.
in, like, throws away a condom. He's like, can I take a quick shower before we start?
I was just around the corner. No, I mean, I had 2 different guys over on Saturday. I hung out with someone yesterday.
You make me feel better about my choices, Gus.
Oh, I don't care. Especially if, like, I topped one, I bottomed the other. It's like, if you're doing different things with each guy, then it's perfect.
Yeah.
So what you're saying is when you're on a date with someone, if people order the same dish, like 2 people on a date, they order the same dish, you disagree with that. You want to keep it diverse. Do you know what I'm saying? Do
Yeah,
ever
you want
feel the
to have a
pressure?
taste of each.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. If I'm going to get the salmon, don't get the fucking salmon. Get something else so I can try your stupid
If I'm going to
steak.
get your asshole, don't take my asshole.
Don't take exactly.
Or
exactly.
do take my
No, I
Anyway.
lost the metaphor.
Yeah.
I think we're putting salmon in our assholes. Gus is like, maybe.
Maybe we'll see. Fuck city.
But your parents are immigrants, right?
Yeah, both my parents are immigrants. My mom speaks no English.
Oh, I love this joke.
Oh, well.
It's my favorite.
She doesn't speak the only thing. Yeah. Yeah, she doesn't, she's been in America since 1984. So that's what, like 40, that's like a long time
long
to
time.
like, that's a commitment. You really made a whole commitment. She even tells us like, I want to be buried in Greece. I'm like, you're going right into the backyard. I have to tell you, I'm not shipping a
Next
casket.
to the dog. Next to the dog.
I'm not going
Next
to
to your
ship a
pet,
casket
your
to
pet
Greece.
turtle.
That's like so expensive. My uncle Andrea had the same mentality, and he was like, I want to die in Greece, and he got cancer, and then they gave him like a few months to live, and what did he do? He died in Greece.
It's cheaper.
It is cheaper. That's the thing. I told my mom, I was like, if you die suddenly, you're going to the backyard. If you have some time, we're flying you over there. Just saying.
But your family, like, I think, there's a lot of listeners who have parents that are more conservative for whatever reason.
Yeah.
Maybe their parents are immigrants, which is like a super common like thing that we get in the DMs. Like,
The
my
thing we
parents are
don't
from.
understand about immigrants is that mostly they're all conservative.
Yeah.
That's the whole point. They had to leave this
Sometimes
whole country.
a communist country.
A communist
it's
country.
like very interesting.
Or
yeah.
like a very conservative country. And so they've developed very conservative ideals because of that. And like it takes them a very long time to like overcome that. A
Yeah.
lot of immigrants also like get stuck in whatever year they come here. It just is what it is. They just do.
That's an amazing
so-
premise.
They
That's
just
so
do.
funny.
Like so many of my immigrant friends are
Your
like
mom's
immigrant
just doing
parents.
so much cocaine and so worried about the AIDS crisis.
Exactly though. She thinks like marijuana.
She's like, Ronald Reagan is the best president.
No,
I love that
exactly.
he's president right now.
No, for sure. That's why they like all love Trump, because when they came in the 80s, Trump was the fucking man.
Oh, yeah.
And so they like just think he's the man, even though they didn't watch The Apprentice, you know what I mean? And realize he's a fucking schlub. That's the whole, and so that's what we forget about immigrants. And like, immigrants are so conservative no matter where you come from. And like Greeks especially, everyone's like, Greeks, you invented gay sex. I'm like, we might have, but let me tell you, we introduced Jesus and we took a long break for a long time.
Long break.
Just saying.
It was not a typical Gus Monday with
No,
4
yeah.
fucks. We took some time off. Well, the reason I brought it up is because your dad seems like he's really supportive. I
Yes.
saw like this post that you posted recently with like the Greek, the gay, trans, whatever our fucking
pride
flag
The
is.
new
Pride,
progress
thank
flag,
you.
yes.
Yes.
Well, he came into my bedroom one day because I was living with my parents between my breakup and my now current nice living situation. My dad comes into my bedroom. He's like, fuck town. Yes. So he comes in. He's like, I need you to buy me the pride flag for my store. Buy me 2 on Amazon. Go on Amazon and buy me 2 because I want to put them in the front. You know why? Because we have a lot of these gays. They come in. They come into the store all the time, and I want to make sure that they look at it and they think, oh, okay, they like us here.
Yeah.
And I thought that was so sweet.
It is sweet.
And then I posted it on Twitter and it went super fucking viral. And I was like,
cool.
and now my dad is like getting all this business. People have been walking to his store like, I love that you have the pride flag up.
Oh, that's
And my
lovely.
brother's like, oh, it's my fucking gay brother. Yeah.
I'm
love
imagining
that.
that there's like a room in the back for the like your dad's just like totally overdoing it. He's like, I can't do the fucking Greek accent.
I have condoms. I have poppers. I have the poppers. Do you like the poppers? I have Ras. I have Jungle Zeus.
I love it. This is one of my favorite.
He is
got a
so
great-
supportive, though.
We just got a great TikTok clip out of him, by the way.
The Jungle Zeus. It's funny because he really is so supportive, and like it took him a long time too, and it's because he worked in that area. He always worked next to Bloomingdale's because he was working for like another tailoring shop until he started his own business a few years ago, and so he always had gay customers coming in, and they like just liked him.
He's
because,
a tailor?
Yeah, he's a tailor, and now he owns a tailoring cleaning business in the Upper East Side. But he was so used to all these gay customers coming in and hitting on him, and so he liked them
Because he's a bear for sure.
He's definitely no, he's not a bear. I would say he's an otter. My dad,
Okay.
I think my dad is like a hot Mr. Bean is what I would say. That's exactly what I would call him.
I didn't think Mr. Bean could get hotter. Mr. Bean, if you're listening, you're the one man that can turn me.
The bean flicks you.
My bean's getting beaned.
But he's an attractive dude, I would say. My dad, those gays liked him. Now he's jealous because my brother works, in the store with him, and now my brother learned how to, be a tailor. And my brother, being the younger one, my dad comes in one day, he's like, I feel so bad. The gays, they come in, they don't talk to me anymore. They only talk to Mario.
Oh.
And I was like, oh no, it's okay, Dad. We'll take you to Fire Island one day.
Oh, that's funny.
Oh, that's so funny. Well,
Yeah.
thank you so much for being here. I think we've done 15 minutes of banter, so that feels like the intros come now.
Yeah, let's
we
do it.
have really no format. We're all over
No, as
the
it
map.
should be.
I am Ashley Gavin. I'm a cis gay white woman. She, her pronouns. And my voice is shot. I don't know if you can hear that. Can you hear it?
You sound great.
Thank you.
I
appreciate
think
it.
you're good.
All right. Oh, shit. Fuck. Damn it.
Sports thing.
Yeah. Do you play any sports?
Do I play sports?
And do you do any sports?
You know what? I really love soccer. I'm a great goalie.
You're a great goalie.
Oh.
I'm like a great goalie. You know why? Because I could
Kate
take
has some
I
thoughts
could take a
about
hit.
I was about to say.
I could really take a hit because I have big thighs. So if
Yeah.
I get nailed, it doesn't feel like anything.
Yeah.
And I've gotten nailed a lot.
Especially
As
today.
we know, especially today, this morning,
This Monday.
up until right now. Yeah.
All right.
In fact, I'll be right back, guys.
you have a little bit of an elf vibe going on.
Sure.
Just right now with your
Yeah.
beanie.
Okay. Feel it.
Elf on the shelf. The elf on the shelf to keep me from getting canceled. Watching my every move so I can keep getting your Christmas cookie.
Oh.
I'm really sorry.
Oh. That was
Cancel-
excellent up until you called pussy cookie.
It doesn't matter. Yes, it does. I needed to say something.
I'm reporting back to Santa. This is fucking gross.
Is it a chewy cookie or a crunchy cookie? Sorry.
I should hope it's not crunchy.
I think we can all hope that.
a little chew, fine, whatever, crunchy. But it's Kate, sis.
Hi, everybody. It's me, Kate Sis, the cancel coach, fat in the chat. Any pronouns? I'm a white bisexual lesbian dyke, and my gender of the week, as submitted by the listeners, is a soccer dad who forgot to bring the sandwiches and orange slices. And that was just a perfect summation of the combination of masculinity and panic that I embody at all times.
That's great. That's a really good one.
was a fun
You
one.
did melted chocolate bar twice.
I was wondering if I did.
Yeah. You're fired now.
Yeah. I asked before I did it the second time. I said, have I done this one already? And you said no.
Well, I'm also fired. Gus, it's your podcast now. You've inherited the Greeks and the gays.
We're having gay sex.
We're having
in
Greek
Fuck
sex.
City. Yeah, Greek gay sex in togas.
Do you mind introducing yourself with any information about who you are so that people, because
Cool, yeah. Gus Constantellis, Greek, gay, short, balding, and I'm from Brooklyn originally. I'm a native New Yorker.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I know. And that's how I knew I liked Ashley.
Yeah.
I know we both have that thing.
Yes.
That New Yorkers have.
Yes, exactly. Sorry, Kate.
A personality disorder?
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly right. A need to run everywhere you go for no reason. I was on a casual walk the other day and I was like sweating and I was like
booking it.
I was like, what am I doing? Where am I going? Nowhere. I'm yelling at people. Literally I went for a walk to chill the fuck out.
You're like, if I don't yell at a couple of toddlers, this will not have been the relaxing walk I planned on.
I just realized today that my fucking apartment is right across the street from Brooklyn Tech High School.
Oh my God, Brooklyn Tech. I've spoken there so many times.
Oh my God, really?
Yeah.
I did not get into that school. I failed that test so hard.
Oh.
I did not do any of the practice exams. I thought I got it, and then I took it, and I was like, I didn't finish it. It was so hard. And then I
Those
didn't
kids
get
are
in.
really fucking
Those
smart.
kids are smart, but let
Yeah.
me tell you, they don't know how to walk down a sidewalk. It's something I learned
Oh,
today.
they're like 6 abreast.
Yeah, it's so
That's just
fucking
high
annoying.
schoolers.
Yeah, I know.
Especially, I feel like, I don't know about you, but I loved being a high schooler in New York.
Yes.
Like leaving school, walking with your friends to the bodega,
Yes.
like sitting on a stoop.
Yes.
Very Hey Arnold.
It is very Hey Arnold.
And it
Getting
was
a slice
real.
of pizza, getting some Chinese food, doing
Yeah.
something.
Oh my God. We used to have fights about where we would get Chinese
Oh,
food.
yes.
It was like first walk or pickup sticks. I don't know if these places even exist
Oh, I
anymore.
love pickup
I'm sure they
sticks.
do.
Yeah,
I like
yeah.
that place.
Anyway, well, thank you for being here, Gus. Your pronouns are he, him, right?
He, him, yes.
Great. Cool. Well, I'm going to give you a choice of story. I've definitely been having gay sex. That's for fucking sure. I am not anywhere near your level, but I've definitely been having a lot of sex, like kind of back to back. And I sometimes feel guilty when it's back to back because I'm like the next day, it's like been less than 24 hours. And I'm like, oh man.
I forgot to wash my hands.
As long as you've
That's what it
showered,
is.
listen, as long as you've showered, it should be fine.
Yeah. I think that's a good... Did you not shower?
I mean, my hands are really the most important thing.
right.
You know, you weren't tripping?
No, I'm like very safe about, I only have like one person that I do that with at a time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Even on someone's legs or stuff?
Do I need to worry about thigh germs?
I don't... It's just... I guess the idea is if somebody's...
I'm just questioning now what's going on in your thighs.
Oh,
happening?
you're gonna learn the thigh. The thigh is a critical sex organ in lesbian sex.
I did not know that at all.
like-
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Big time.
that
But
makes
I
a lot of
actually
sense.
don't think that I don't really do a lot of that.
Oh, okay.
I've definitely like humped a leg,
Okay.
as we all have. Well,
Yeah.
not you,
Yeah.
but maybe you. I've done some leg humping. But anyway, whatever. Yes, showering maybe most of the time, and definitely washing my hands.
Yeah.
I'm a little greasy right now, so I feel like I can't say that on camera. Apologies. But yeah, no, it's more of a mental thing where it's like, oh my God, I've made out with another woman like less than 24 hours ago, and I feel like weird. Well,
I
anyway,
think that's artificial.
That's okay. I think that's just, shame from whatever, you
Yeah.
know?
yeah,
It's just that sex shame that, like, I don't know.
the good old sex shame.
That sex shame that we're all born and raised with in America.
Yeah.
yeah.
I would agree.
Yeah.
So my two story options that I'm going to give you. One I'm like so excited about, but the other's like kind of related to you. So I can continue talking about my contact switch issue, which
Ooh.
literally happened today, or over the weekend. And prepare the soundboard. Prepare. Over the weekend, I had sex with a mom. I had sex with a mom.
Ooh.
I had sex with a mom. Yeah. So those are your options. So the reason that contact switch is related to you is she's a fan of yours and she's Greek.
Oh, that's so funny. I love that. You know what? Do whatever story you want. I feel like you're super excited to tell us about this mom.
Yeah, I guess I'll talk about the mom. I feel like I was excited
old
to
was
tell
she?
you about the mom.
How old is she?
Okay, so
Kate,
she's
the look in Kate's eyes right now is like, how old is she?
okay. Here's the thing. Teen mom. No, I'm kidding. The thing.
What a turn.
The thing about the mom is she definitely had the kid young, but not like so young. I think she was 28.
So she's 28 now.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So she's younger than you.
Yeah.
Okay.
She's still a mom.
Okay.
You,
yeah.
you
well,
seem almost angry about
I
this.
am almost furious.
Yeah, you look like you're about to blow. You're like, what the fuck are you? I thought it was a 54-year-old woman that has a 23-year-old kid, and now you're telling me she's younger than you?
You're telling me that you did not fuck Gus's mom? Get the fuck out of here. I'm just like trying to communicate with her. I'm like, Pepper. That's like how I try to fuck your mom. It's like spanakopita. I don't know what to do.
Pasticcio. Souvlaki. You say gyro, she slaps you right across the face. It's like, it's Ito.
And I'm like, I want to eat yours.
Okay.
Well, it was so cool because I met her in a city that I'm not going to say where, but like, okay, explain your dismay because I feel that it needs to be covered.
You know what? I think it's okay. You said I had sex with a mom. You didn't say what I immediately went to, which was I had sex with a MILF. Because I feel like MILF has a
MILF.
No!
But like in the traditional way, in the 2002 description of a MILF.
Yeah,
is what I think
it has
Kate
a connotation
was imagining.
Of, I would say 40s, 50s,
She's a
and
MILF.
60s.
And at one point during the night, I wanted to fuck her. I'd like to fuck her. I'd like to fuck her again. And I feel that is the only criteria that matters. This is a slippery slope because if we're not going from the typical definition of MILF, what does that say about the possible? I'm going to cancel coach you now. What if she's like an adoptive mom or like a mom without a vagina?
Okay. Still, to me, 40s, 50s, and 60s.
Age is the only criteria.
That's the only criteria of a MILF.
Write in. What is your MILF criteria?
I don't care even if you have never had a child, never want one. If you're 45 and you want to suck my you're a MILF.
But only yours specifically?
No, I don't know.
Well, I was out of town.
Yeah.
I met her there, and when I saw her, she's like, oh my God, she was just like stunning.
Yeah.
And I thought, I was not, I have to say, not expecting MILF. She was like 5'11" or like 6 feet tall, like a little blazer on with like just like a bandana of a top, just like the most like, I really thought like,
a 28-year-old.
Yeah, not even. I really, I wasn't sure how old she was. But
okay, got it.
She just struck me as like girl on the town with her friends. You know what I mean? And I started talking to her, and she was just like so direct. And immediately, I was just like, okay, you like want to come back with me to my hotel? And I was like exhausted from doing the shows. My voice is shot. And she was very reserved on like the walk back to the hotel. And I was like, I'm not sure whether or not this is going to happen. Yeah. Oh, I remember the part of this that I really wanted to say. Oh, this is so vulnerable. Okay. This is so vulnerable and so on topic for my life right now. I bring her back. We start talking. We actually start having this really great conversation. And I don't remember wherein, but she goes, I think she said to me, I have a son. Oh, and she's a yoga instructor.
Okay.
How fucking cool is that?
That is nice. You love a flexible broad.
And that's what I say. I love a flexible broad.
You're a yoga instructor. I love a flexible broad.
Get those gams behind your head.
Downward dog. I don't know any other yoga position at all. That's it.
But we ended up connecting, and like I thought, okay, like I feel like we have a good, like we've built some intimacy.
This was like in your room?
Yeah, and it was like very cold. So like I had my heating pad. I pulled out, gave her my heating pad, and
gentleman.
Thank you. Yeah, and
the most pussy gentleman ever.
Yeah.
I can't sleep without my heating pad.
I have a bad hip.
Miss.
So also we connected. Here's this for your MILF criteria.
Okay, yeah.
I have a bad hip.
Mm-hmm.
She's had multiple hip surgeries.
Okay.
Gus's.
Okay.
Does that not meet your MILF criteria?
No, here's what it is. I feel the need to explain myself because I don't want to make...
Can I just tell you, Kate, I'm on your side with the MILF criteria.
Thank you.
I really, because when you said mom, I immediately went 40, 45, has a teenager. And so I get where you're coming from. But you know what? And by all means, though, she fucked a MILF.
Yes.
So yeah. I do agree that you fucked a MILF. But now the hip injuries thing really does solidify.
MILFs exist on a spectrum.
If gays could be on a spectrum, so can moms. What's stopping these moms?
And
only dads. There's no spectrum for dads. There just got to be dad, and that's it. But moms, you could do anything you want.
Here's, I think, my association with it is a MILF is like, oh, this is like my friend's mom, or like a teacher.
Stacy's
or like,
mom. has
Yes,
got it going
I love
on.
that song.
That's a fucking banger.
I fucking loved that song before I realized that I was gay. That's probably a root for me, I would say.
Oh, it's also just a great song.
It's a fantastic song. Anyway, I
was
did
a cultural
karaoke
moment,
to
let me
that
tell you.
so many times at the roller rink. Anyway, where am I from?
I can't wait till that
MILF is
song resurfaces on TikTok and gets immediately canceled. I just want to let Gen Z is not going to have that song at all. That is not going to translate to another generation of people whatsoever. I just want to let everybody know that. That song was so problematic that even 12-year-olds were like, this is a little, like all the women, all the girls in my class were like,
I know it might be wrong, but I'm in love with Stacy. Can't you see? I mean, I guess, yeah, he is dating Stacy.
He's dating Stacy, and he is a teenager.
trying to fuck a mom.
He could be 18.
It's
No,
problematic. We
he's
all
not.
know it's problematic, but it's a bop. Let me tell you.
It is a bop. Stacy's mom, please statutorily rape me.
Yeah, literally those are the lyrics, word for word, okay? As far as I'm concerned, that's what I heard in my middle school bus.
Stacy's mom is doing prison time.
Yeah.
Abolish prisons. Anyway, what I
Stacy's mom is only 28. Sorry.
she can put her legs behind her head so her pussy I will eat. What?
It didn't rhyme.
It was a slant rhyme. It was a slant rhyme. I'm an English major. It was a slant rhyme. Fuck.
That's so funny. I'm dying. I can't. It's because you're right.
Anyway, I don't want to take anything away from this person, her momness or her you'd like to fuck herness. It just doesn't fit my personal, clearly deep-seated idea of what a MILF is. But anyway, I just want to say
She's
that.
my MILF.
Yes, she's your MILF. And I love that for you both. And she's a yoga instructor, and tell us more.
Yeah. And like, well, we started having sex. It was just great. We had great sexual chemistry right off the bat. Oh man, the dirty talk was so good. I feel like very uncomfortable doing dirty talk on the podcast because I've gotten enough DMs from listeners being like, your voice is so sexy. And I'm like, oh, I can't.
When people are like straight up silent, I'm like, get the fuck out. What the fuck are you doing? What are we
I
doing?
know, you gotta talk.
Say something.
Do you want to whisper in my ear what you guys said?
Yeah.
And then I'll give my iteration of it that nobody will be attracted to. Do it, tell me.
Nope. Get away from me.
Why? Because you don't want to whisper sex things in my ear?
There was just like, it was more than just dirty talk. It was like we were doing improv.
Like role playing?
Not role play, but like it was very good back and forth.
Yeah.
We were building a scene.
We love a yes and moment.
Yeah, there was a lot of yes and.
The worst thing you want to say is like, hey, yeah, you want to fuck? And someone's like, meh.
But you know, they're your standard, I'm going to do this in my highest register, and they're your standard go-to.
Was this Elmo's
This is
situation?
Mickey Mouse.
I'm basically trying not to do dirty talk right now. I'm going to say some dirty talk. Listener, I'm going to say
Right.
some dirty talk things, and I'm not dirty talking you right now. So don't be weird about it, okay? Don't DM me about this. And this is not my dirty talk voice, listener. Also, do not assess my dirty talk game based on what you're about to hear. There are the standard, do you like that?
Sure.
You know,
Yeah.
that kind of thing. And references to perhaps the gender of the person that I'm having gay sex with.
Yeah. Like you're like, oh, you're a raw little bitch. Like that?
Like, you little fucking slut.
Those
love
kind
when
of
someone
gender
calls me a
references?
slut during sex.
Simpler, cleaner versions of that.
Are you a woman? Are you a woman? Like that?
Oh, you a lady?
That's it.
Lady?
That's
Okay, great.
it. That's what it is.
Milady?
Good day, milady.
Milady? Do you like that, milady? Does it feel good?
We're gonna have a right quick a fuck in the back of my jalopy.
Shut up! That's so funny.
Okay, so there's standards, you know, all that. But this dirty talk was good because like it was just like we were world building, and
I love that. I love that.
It was just really great.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we're like doing great dirty talk, and I don't know how you feel, but and something that I've like alluded to on this, and I've started talking about on stage now is like the idea of like lesbian sex positions is so funny, but I think with fingering, like especially internal fingering, there are like sex positions that like there is no straight version because the straight version would be a penis. They inside.
Yeah.
And with fingers, you can like, there's just so much freedom about like what shapes you take with each other.
Yeah.
And one of my favorites, I don't know this. Should I say this? Is this gross? This is like really graphic.
This is, you literally created a gay sex podcast.
Okay.
And
No,
now you're
I'm
like,
learning.
should I talk about
one of my favorite ones is like on our sides facing each other, kind of like what we're doing right now, Gus.
Okay, well now it's gross.
Yeah. Now I'm uncomfortable. No,
Now
okay.
I have to pick
And
the
I
whistle
like
up.
it. I like it when a girl will put her leg on my shoulder. Like I'll
Okay.
scoot down a little bit.
So this yoga thing is necessary.
Very important.
Yeah, and like you want it to stretch a little bit because you can go deeper and you put your fingers in, and then that's a great position because you can also very easily put your thumb on her clitoris.
Mm-hmm.
I feel so gross talking about this right now. I don't know
I
what
thought you were gonna say it feels so good.
it does.
I'm sure
I
it
know,
does.
but you
Yeah.
just keep
But
going
it-
back to how
and
you
it's
feel
also
weird.
so intimate because you can have the eye contact.
Yeah.
You're doing all the things at the same
Right.
time, and you have the eye contact, and it's great. And so we're in that position, and we're looking at each other. I've literally never felt this way in my entire life.
Oh my gosh.
But I looked at her and I was like, I don't know how this is going to make you feel, but I really would like to call you mommy right now. And she looked back at me and she was like, yeah, it's like kind of sexy. And I was like, has that ever happened with you? And have you ever wanted that? And she was like, no. And I was like, okay. And we never really went back to it. But like the moment
You didn't say
You didn't
it?
say it?
I couldn't.
Come on, I call guys that are younger than me daddy. Daddy is my norm. I'll say daddy to anybody, even if I'm topping. I'm like, you like that, daddy? I don't give a fuck. Everyone is daddy. I just like saying daddy during sex. It just
Daddy
rolls-
likes you, daddy.
Yeah, and you all know I've already discussed this. I have a great relationship with my father. We're
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
We're
Yeah.
chill. It's just hot.
But if you've been listening to my stand-up, you know I'm going to some real
Going
Freudian
through the
places.
shit.
yeah, okay. Well,
So,
then,
like,
yeah.
So
I-
you just like asked, first of all, I love that you asked like essentially for her consent.
Yeah,
And-
well, that's
and
like a
made-
huge word to throw out there, especially when
Yes.
it is a MILF.
Yes, especially if it's a new mom too.
And I'm being serious that I genuinely like that you. It seems
But
like it was a very nice
so
thing
hot.
to say.
It was
Yeah.
like I said it. Like
Right.
it was so hot, and I was like, I can't. I can't. It was just. It was such a place in my brain that I was like,
Oh, I wish you would have said it just to get it out.
honestly, I don't think there's any other woman that I would want to say it to, but a mom.
That makes sense to me.
Yeah.
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 I found her to be like. I found it to be so sexy.
Okay, this is getting more MILF by the second.
I just thought it was so.
Kate's finally on board.
I'm not, for me, it's not for, I see now where everyone has their own definition of
She
MILF.
just was like so like warm but also safe. She was so
Right.
safe.
Yeah.
I felt really like in her, like even though I was topping, like I felt very cared for.
Yeah.
And like I just she was mommy.
Yeah.
And
And-
just for a moment,
And you?
baby.
Shut up. That's so funny.
Anyway, I'm gonna adopt her kid now.
Here we go. Wow. That took a real turn at the end there.
I did ask her. She showed me pictures of her son, and I asked if I was able to, what it would take for me to adopt.
Him?
but him, yeah.
Is he a cute little kid?
He's adorable.
How old is he?
2?
Oh, my niece is turning 2 soon, and yeah, it's that she's a good 2-year-old.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that was my gay sex from this week. Listener, I know you're going to skip this ad. You wouldn't have this ad at all if you went to patreon.com/WHGS to get that bonus content, full bonus episodes with your favorite guests, extended uncut episodes, free tickets, all kinds of great stuff. Patreon.com/WHGS. You can donate as little as $1 a month, listener. Gus, did you have gay sex this week?
Let me tell you, yes, I did. Well, okay, so I am recently single, so I have been like now. We were monogamous too, and we were together for like 2 years and 10 months, so like almost 3 years
Yeah.
of like monogamy, right? So I have really just been letting it fucking loose. I mean, it's been
When we were in that green room, I think the number you said for your sex during the year was like 70.
76 that year.
People.
Yeah, in like 2018.
Before you were with him.
Yeah, 2018,
I see. Yeah.
before we met, I had
I'm
sex
like
with
nowhere
76
near that
guys.
number total.
So
oh, yeah.
To go from
no.
that to 1 is drastic.
Exactly. It was drastic. And so then now I've just been like racking them up. I even like, I have a list that I keep.
Yeah.
And I lost track at one point. Now it's hard to go back. It's really hard to go back. And there's that whole thing of like, you take a shower between or whatever.
Yeah.
And I said that to my friend because I had just bottomed right before this concert. I went to the Lucy Dacus concert, sad white girl music. It's my vibe. And it was at Brooklyn Steel and I had just bottomed. So I was like really, I was really feeling it, you know? She was like, she did Hot and Heavy. And I was like, let me tell you, girl, I feel that right now. And then after I was telling my friend there, I was like, oh, I just got I mean, there's this hot guy that's messaging me, but I can't do twice a day. That's just that's ridiculous.
I've done it.
I was like, especially if I'm bottoming, like I don't want to bottom twice a day. That's like, I mean, someone's dick was just in there.
That's a lot of work.
Yeah. And so I was like, plus I haven't showered, whatever. I gave all these excuses. And then as the concert was over, he was like, I'm right around the corner. Do you want to come over and me? And I was like, I'll top. Sure. I haven't showered. Let's go. I'm a top. I'm a top. He's been texting me every day since, so I'm a great top. I just want to let everybody know.
Well,
everyone thinks because I'm 5'2", I don't top, and I top all of the time.
What does a short king bring to topping?
He brings. First of all, I can't 69 at all because if anyone is taller than me, all I do is I end up kissing their back fat. Really, is what I end up doing. I'm just like, what am I doing? I can't reach your hole. What are we doing here? But I top sometimes. I top. I'm a very vigorous top is what I'll say.
Yeah. Well,
vigorous.
That's interesting.
What
because
does
I
that
feel
mean?
like
I just go hard. I go hard.
Wow.
Yeah.
that's interesting because we've talked about before what makes a good top is somebody who knows how to bottom.
Yeah.
You know where you're coming from.
Exactly. And I really know how to bottom, let me tell you that much. I also had a threesome last Wednesday. So it's yes, in a hotel room. It was so hot. It was so hot.
Planned or spontaneous?
It was spontaneous.
Okay. Tell this story.
I went to this hotel room to see this guy. And we had been hanging out. Like we've seen each other a few times. He's hot. It was great. I was like, all right, we'll just have sex. It'll be fine, whatever. But he was like, meet me in this hotel room. I don't know why, but he was like, meet me in this hotel room in the Lower East Side. Beautiful hotel room, great view of the city, amazing. Nice. And then like an hour in, like my edible hit, and someone knocked at the door like as we were getting down. I was like, who the fuck is that? We're trying to and he goes to the door and he's like, oh, I have a surprise for you, and like brought in a dude.
This is so fucking bold.
It was so hot. I mean, I was literally
lesbians could fucking never.
It was
lesbians could
so hot.
fucking never. In order to bring in a third person like that, you're having like a weekly meeting, 45 minutes, like 6 weeks in advance.
100%.
You've got Google calendars open. You're making sure the fucking stars, the like zodiacs are all, they're like, I can't this week. Mercury's in retrograde. Like that, it would take for fucking ever.
No, he just surprised me with this dude and he just came over and we like fucked him.
Wow.
We just both fucked him. That was it. That was like the whole point. He was like, because he's never seen me top. So he's like, and he's not.
Had you
he's
had
not
sex
bottom.
with this guy?
So he was like, I want to know this part of you without
because he doesn't like to bottom. So he was like,
oh my God, he bought you a bottom as a gift.
He literally got me a bottom as a gift. Isn't that so sweet?
Wait, how long had you guys been? Had you had sex before?
Yeah, we've had sex before.
Okay. I thought it was like a first time.
No.
And then also...
We had sex before, but I think it was like he just wanted to do like a little hotel room, extravaganza, and he was all in it. I was like, okay, down, let's do it.
That's so
I was
fun.
I didn't expect it, and so I was so nervous at first, and then I was like, because like I was my edible hit. You have to imagine my edible hit, and I was like, I'm having a threesome now,
You're like, I didn't know I did shrooms.
Right?
This is crazy.
And then they started talking about like Broadway, and I was like, I didn't know what the fuck they were talking about, and so my edible was like really hitting. So I was like, oh, I don't know who the fuck Katrina is. What is this stupid show you're talking about? They were talking about Company. I was like, I don't care about Company. Let's fuck. What are we doing? So yeah, we fucked, and then that was it. It was great. It was fantastic.
Were you
That's
attracted
amazing.
to him when he came in? Like my
Oh,
fear
yeah.
with that is like if you're gonna surprise somebody with an asshole, you usually want to go in with some information, knowing
Yes.
that they're gonna like that.
Right, and I did. It was hot, and he had a huge dick too.
Dang.
A giant dick. I was like so shocked, but anyway, great time.
Did you like ask him what his name was? Like what was the
Oh
protocol?
yeah,
when he
we talked
came
about
in?
Company on Broadway. We obviously got his name. Yeah. We got the whole thing. He was a nice guy. It was nice. I was like,
That's
let's do this
fun.
again.
This is just like a fundamental difference between like AFAB queers and like AMAB queers, I think.
I think there are a lot of different people who have threesomes like this.
You don't think that there's like a little bit of like a sex drive horniness thing, and then also like the consent dynamics of like women to be broad, women versus men?
I think that there's differences that exist, but when you're talking about queer people, I feel like so many people are already breaking those things that I think there are a lot of people who have like fun
I guess what I'm saying is
sex like this.
When Gus goes on a tear, we're talking about numbers near the hundreds.
Yeah.
And when I'm on a tear, we're talking about like maybe 5.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like when I'm on a tear, it's like, this is Sparta 300. And Ashley, it's like 2 for the price of 1, you know? No, I'm kidding.
No, I'm not trying to be judgmental about people's genders and
no,
identities.
and that's fine.
but here's a question.
I find it's like, it's really like, it really depends on the person too, because I really get off on that spontaneity. And a lot of gay guys don't, because, you know, with gay sex, there comes a lot of prep, right?
Yeah.
And that's something like, yeah, it's spontaneous when you want it to be, but like, I personally am a very spontaneous person in that way.
So your
like,
asshole is always ready.
Not always ready, but I just tell the guy, I'm like, I'm not ready. And if they care, they care. If they don't care, then we have a great time.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And sometimes it's clean and sometimes it's not, and we deal with it. I personally, when I top, if the dude's dirty or like is I do not care.
Yeah.
I'm like, it happens. What are you going to do?
Yeah.
What are you going to do? It happens. Even if you've cleaned for hours, you could still have at the end of the day. You know
It's
what I mean?
true.
Something's affecting you and you have some and it's like, who cares? I'm putting a dick in your ass. Obviously there might be like, I'm like, I wouldn't expect to like go to Disneyland and not see
There are
Mickey
kids
Mouse.
here?
Yeah, exactly.
Fucking kids
There's
here?
fucking kids in fucking Disneyland. Get these fucking kids out of here. You said you cleaned these kids out. Like, I didn't. What the fuck? Like, I can't do that.
I really thought the joke you were gonna make was like it's going to Disneyland and finding poop there.
Yeah.
You know there's gonna be some poop.
No, oh no. You're like, what the fuck? No, I mean, I was in the subway the other day. I was like on the way home. I was a stop away. Me and this dude kept making eye contact, and then I just got off in the same stop as him and went to his apartment. He was weird though. He was a weirdo. Let me tell you, this dude was so weird. We go over. I thought it was just gonna be like hot sex, and it was like whatever, boom, boom.
Yeah.
But he ended up. First of all, it's so funny because he was Greek. I had no idea he was Greek.
And
he know
knew
who you
from-
were?
Oh,
No. So here's the thing.
Oh,
Okay.
were you mad at him? I'd be
No,
so
but-
fucking mad at him.
That was the thing.
How do you not know
He
me? I'm
didn't-
Gus Constantellis. I'm the Greek
I was
comedian.
so-
You're
I
like,
was
do
so
you need me
pissed.
to do the characters?
No, but this is what happened. So we go over. We didn't really speak, and then he was being really weird while we were walking into the apartment. He was like a block away. He was like, "Be quiet, be quiet. I don't want my neighbors to see us." And I was like, "Why?"
Oh.
It was one of those.
Okay.
So we go into the apartment. He's like, "Be quiet, be quiet, be quiet, be quiet." So we go into his apartment. He lives in a 1-bedroom.
People can hear gay, by the way. They can hear it.
Exactly. And especially my
Whenever
voice.
I bring girls around, all the neighbors are like, "Oh, someone's gonna eat some pussy." They can hear it just from the conversation. You're
Yes.
like, "What did you have for lunch today?" Well, you might actually ask that, I guess.
Right. Well, right. Exactly. If I know,
That is
if I
gay.
know
Let
I'm
me find a
bottoming,
less gay
yeah.
example.
But like,
Are you good at math? I don't-
so we walk in, and it's a 1-bedroom. There's no one home, and he's like, "Shh, the walls are really thin. The walls are really thin." I couldn't say anything. He didn't let me say anything. And then he's like whispering to me the whole time. It was so, because he's just a closeted Greek dude. And I didn't realize that until like we started to like actually get into it. And I was like,
Yeah.
oh no, this dude's just like a closeted dude. So then he was like telling me his name, and I was like, oh, I'm Gus, whatever. And then he was like, oh, you're Greek. And I was like, oh yeah, I'm Greek. Are you Greek? He's like, I'm Greek too. And I was like, oh, do you know who I am?
I was gonna ask.
Well, because I was like, hello, you're a gay Greek in the closet. You should follow me on Instagram. What the hell are we doing?
I was gonna
and so
ask.
then he goes, no, I don't know who you are. And I was like, oh, so I literally
And you're
said,
like, you don't ever like things don't come up in your reels about like Greek
I was like,
parents,
Greek
like
mom,
immigrant parents.
you know, Greek mom, hello, tula that beats. Like I said all of it. I like really tried to do it. I was like, hello, do you like these catchphrases?
You're like auditioning for
I was like, TikTok, do you know Tiki Talk? Like, what's going on? He did not know me at all. I felt like terrible. I was like, damn, this is shitty, whatever. And then it got real weird because
weirder
he
than
was,
this. This is
it
already
got weird because he was like, what are you into? And I was like, oh, whatever. I said the whole thing. And then he goes, I was like, what are you into? And he's like, I want you to tell me that you love me. And I was like, what? I was like,
Oh.
You know what
excuse
the
me?
weirdest thing was about this mom? She had me do that to her son.
Did she really? Please no.
Why did you hate that? No, she
It
didn't.
was hysterical.
It was great. Tell my son you love him.
Yeah.
Tell him that you love him.
I don't know. It hit a weird nerve in me.
That's so funny. No, but for real, this dude was like, I want you to tell me that you love me. He's like, it really turns me on. And I was like, wow, you really, like, your parents fucked you the fuck up,
This
didn't
poor
they?
guy.
This
And
is
then-
a Lil Nas
then-
X effect. I'm certain.
What do you mean? What?
Tell me you love me in private. I do not care if you're lying.
Oh, yeah. Call me
There's a lot of
by
singing, bad
your
singing
name.
on this episode.
Okay, fuck off.
There's a lot of singing, but I did it. I told him, I was like, because I was like, fuck it. What
Nice
I mean,
of you.
I don't mean it. You know,
Yeah.
so I was like, I
I've
love
never-
you. I said it in Greek. I said it in Greek too. I was like, sagapo. I did the whole
Aw.
thing. It was so dumb. But then
Did you like make an effort, or did you really kind of half-ass it like that?
I kind of half-assed it. I mean, it wasn't that bad, but I was like, yeah, sagapo. Like, Then he was really into it. Like, he was
Yeah.
saying it back to me a lot, and I was like, I think I'm just gonna go. After he didn't
This
recognize
poor
me on
guy just needs
Instagram,
to,
I
like-
was like, I'm out of here. Fuck you.
If you recognize my Instagram, of course I'm going to tell you that I love you. You're
Yeah.
a fan. We have a connection.
Exactly.
I'm just imagining, like, just throughout this, like, Gus's shrinking, being like, okay, you're quiet and closeted. All right, you don't know who I am. And 3, you love me.
Yeah,
Like,
it was
honestly,
so.
I think
It was
the kicker is
that
to
was
not
the
know.
exact progression of what happened. It was like I was on the R train, and it was like super hot because this fucking hot dude was
Yeah.
checking me out, and then I like went home with him, and then it just was like,
It sounds like he just needs to
And then I
like.
just went home. I was like, this is dumb.
It sounds like he just like wants to be out and in a relationship.
Of course yes, of course. No, he's very closeted. I could tell he's just very, very closeted, and like
He had a Scarface poster on his wall. That was pretty good.
but
every time he has sex, he just unbuttons and goes, say hello to my little friend.
no, it's not say hello to my little friend. It's say I love you to my little friend. Let's get real.
See, I would rather tell somebody's penis that I love it than like look them in the eyes and be like, I love you. Like, I'd rather look the penis in its one eye and be like, I love you.
It was so bizarre, but I have to say, I've really thought, like, I left without coming. Like, I just left. I was like, I'm done with this. I'm really done. And I have to say that's growth. That is growth. That is personal growth for me. And I
love
left
that.
and like I set my standards, and I was
Yeah.
like, you know what? This is not something I even
this
want to.
guy's okay.
I hope he is okay
I hope
too.
he's following you now and he hears this episode.
You know, I'll tell you this: he's not following me. Okay, I checked,
Fucking
and
dick.
he's truly not. It's probably because he doesn't have Instagram or TikTok because he's super in the like he just doesn't want
Yeah.
any of it on his phone or
Yeah.
anything for him to
Yeah.
get caught. If he didn't want me to talking.
In a 1-bedroom.
No, if he didn't want me talking a block away from his
Oh, yeah,
apartment in
that's
Brooklyn,
even-
who's gonna fucking see you? You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like,
I don't know.
in the middle of the night, it
As
was
if he
so
can't
strange.
have
So did
a
you just get-
conversation with a gay man, and like you definitely read as gay, but like not that quickly. That like if you were just like walking
Right.
into
Well, not with my coat on and my clothes.
yeah,
I'm not
yeah.
like bouncing around. I mean, sometimes I am. And actually one time, do you know, some fucking stand-up comic, I was walking and I was dancing to ABBA, the new ABBA album, because
Oh,
I
yeah,
love it.
yeah.
And I was like bopping around going to Target, and she took a picture of me from her car and sent it to me. It was like, I saw you bopping around, and I was like, damn it, I was listening to ABBA. Leave me alone. It's 10 o'clock on a Saturday. Give me a break. But so that in that way, yes, I do present gay, but otherwise I don't. If I'm just, it was so strange. I do feel very bad for him.
Yeah.
I do feel terrible for him.
So did you just get back on the R train and look for a new guy?
No, I was only a stop away from my house, so I just went home.
I'm
I
just teasing,
really
I'm
thought
just
you were gonna go. No, I was only a stop away from, and then like,
Yeah.
then
Oh
that's
no, I
sexual.
went to the threesome. Yeah, right after. No.
Well, that was great gay sex.
Yeah.
yes.
Thank you for sharing
That was
that.
awesome.
We're gonna go to Kate. Kate, did you have gay sex this week?
Okay, my gay sex this week is a finger blast from the past.
Great.
Uh,
Oh yeah, that's what we call stories from the past.
Is that like I've never seen lesbian porn, and I wonder if that's like a very popular like lesbian TV series. Or like you know what I
it
mean?
should
Like,
be. It's that's so
or like
Raven, but lesbian.
porn, like a porn movie. You know what I mean? Where they have the clips and it's
Oh,
like
yeah,
scene
yeah.
1 from Finger Blast from the Past, scene 2.
Okay, fair,
You
fair,
know?
fair. Okay, my finger blast from the past took place in high school. I was dating my boyfriend at the time, and we were laying in this big open like cornfield kind of thing,
Great start.
and it was like this beautiful.
Cornfields? What are you in, Jeepers Creepers? What the hell is that?
I don't know. I'm from Massachusetts. Some of it is fields.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense. Sorry,
Yeah.
Some of it is fields.
Both of you, you guys are such city people because I've been on road gigs with both of you, and you guys are both just like, whoa, a meadow.
That's literally quote unquote is what I have said. I remembered that drive. I remember that drive.
I always look forward to the drives because I'm like, look at this beautiful foliage. Like I've never seen anything like this.
And like we're in
before.
New Jersey. Do you know what I mean? Like it's not that far.
Well, there's this
but we're
swamp.
such city people.
There's this swamp. If you take the Amtrak out of Penn Station towards Newark Penn Station, there's a beautiful swamp in New Jersey.
I agree with you. I agree with you. That's
know
the
the
sad
one I'm
part.
talking
I know
about?
exactly what you're talking about. I love it.
You look back towards the city and you see this.
Me and Ashley are like this beautiful swamp land. We love our swamp. A creature from the Black Lagoon.
I'm like, was it marshlands, wetlands,
I'm
a
such a-
bog? You're like, swamp, beautiful swamp.
Maybe it is wetlands or marshlands, but I don't know what these things are. Anyway. Sorry.
Anyway, so I was in a meadow
Swamp
next
land.
to a wetland. The corn crop had been harvested.
Milady.
My lady. And so we were just like laying down in this beautiful like summer day, and we were like making out, and all of a sudden, you know, we were kind of like we were having a roll in the hay, I guess you could say. We were
Quite
kind of
literally.
quite literally, because I like kind of rolled over, and all of a sudden I just like felt on my leg just like so much shit. Just like so much shit on
Like
my leg.
Shit.
Like dog shit.
Oh, poopy.
Poopy. Poop. Doo-doo. Bad. And it wasn't like a horse or anything. It was like dog shit.
Don't act like manure would have been better.
Oh, horse?
Yeah.
Horse, it's like dry. It's like big clumps.
Listener, what type of shit do you most prefer to roll into? Write in.
This was bad. Dog shit is bad. Dog shit's bad. I think dog shit
is
smells
bad.
worse
Yeah.
than baby shit. Chelsea and I have this argument all the time. She's
Why?
like, if you can't pick up our dog shit, how would you ever wipe our baby's butt? And I'm like, are you joking? Dog shit smells so much worse. And she's like, are you joking? Babies are notorious for having bad smelling shit.
I can't believe you guys talk about this, first of all. Second of all, why does this keep coming up between you?
It doesn't keep coming up. But, you know, when we were getting a dog, it was, it was.
Do you pick up the dog shit?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
But I was protesting at the beginning.
Well, you've been scarred from this other dog shit. So
Yes.
you have to understand.
Right.
Thank you,
Triggering.
guys.
The
It's
dog
very
shit is
triggering. Yes. Trauma. As Jamie, Jamie Lee Curtis would say, trauma.
You know what's funny about this is I can imagine gay listeners at all being like, Kate set a boundary about dog shit. Kate said that the dog shit is a boundary for her. Don't cross that boundary. Ashley, don't make fun of Kate for having a triggering traumatic PTSD experience with the dog shit. Chelsea needs to be a more supportive partner and pick up the dog shit.
No, she's right though. I do need to pick up the dog shit, and I do, and I do see where if I couldn't do that, you know, because there's a bag. You can't wipe your baby's ass with a bag. Do you know what I'm saying?
That's how I wipe the ass of my MILF son.
My MILF.
My MILF.
The more and more you reveal these details of the story through jokes, I'm starting to realize that the son was in the room.
Where else would he be? I'm sorry. Look, sometimes you're busy, okay?
He's like 2.
He's in
he
the
would
crib.
honestly,
He's
right.
asleep. He's knocked out. Look, we're parents with a young kid. We gotta find time wherever we can.
Okay.
So you're rolling in this dog shit.
I'm rolling in dog shit, and I am just immediately like, oh no. And I just like, I consider myself like
Are
a
you
pretty...
naked?
No.
Okay.
I was in like shorts. Because it was
Cargo
summer.
zip off cargo shorts.
No.
You're in your femme
I
era.
was in my femme era.
Okay.
We both had long flowing hair.
He was in his femme era as well.
Yeah. No, he actually wasn't femme, but he did have long hair, and I would get really, really mad when people would like say that he was like femme or girly, because I thought he was actually very manly. I liked his long hair was separate from his gender. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Long hair can be manly.
Yeah, it's very manly.
To
I
me
think
it was.
Fabio.
Look at Fabio.
What a dated reference. Does Gen Z know who Fabio is?
I don't know.
Listener,
No, 'cause
right
he
in.
doesn't-
Do you know who Fabio is?
Fabio, the father of the center part. Actually, I can't remember. Anyway,
He just always had a fan on his hair. I don't think we know.
there's no part.
There's no part.
No, I think there was a clear
Just like
center part. I remember
right?
it. Yes, there's a clear center part.
Anyway, I thought that he was a masculine guy, and I didn't like when people would say that his long hair made him girly. That is just part of being in high school, I guess. But anyway, I was in my femme era for sure. And we like walked to his friend's house because it was closer. And I consider myself like a tough person. I've had like disgusting experience. You know, I guess I was 18. So like this was still the part of my life where I was going into swamps and like catching snakes and frogs and like.
Did you catch snakes?
Yeah.
What do you do with them?
You just hold them and look at them and then you let them go.
I saw a worm once when I was a child.
Anyway, I dealt with gross stuff. I'd stepped in dog shit before. Like
Right.
I'd had birds poop on my head. Like I'd been on the bus while kids were throwing up. Like I like to think of myself as like a tough,
Yeah.
like resilient person who's not easily like eked out or grossed out or whatever. And I just like went into a full body freeze. I don't actually remember getting to his friend's house because I think I blacked out. I just went into a full body shutdown and I couldn't clean myself. And he just cleaned it for me as I was like out of it. Like in general, this was not
very sweet of him.
This was not a
That is
great
very sweet.
relationship. And this was one of those sweet moments where it's like, yeah, he like abandoned me in the woods. But remember that time he cleaned dog shit off
he
of me while I was
abandoned you
going
in
to
the woods?
Yeah, it's another story. It was not a good relationship. But anyway. Anyway.
This is why I'm going to raise my kids in the city.
Yeah, no, exactly. This is exactly why. Yeah.
No dyke son
People
of
are always
mine is going to be
in New
abandoned
York
in the
City,
woods.
raising kids in New York City must be so unsafe. And then this, you know?
Got abandoned in the woods.
literally
you're picking
catch
up
snakes?
You're
Yeah.
rolling in dog shit.
What's going on? Yeah.
Anyway, I don't know what it was. I just like went into like a full body freeze and he just like cleaned me off. And
I think there's something about doing something for another person, like when it's dog shit on you, you're like grossed out, but when it's dog shit on another person, you're like willing to step up.
Oh, right.
Yeah, that's a good point.
How much dog shit was on you?
Just like I don't know how, like I assume it was just one dog's shit, but I think I was so wrapped up in the makeout.
You mean that multiple dogs didn't come through and shit?
That
on the same
happens
spot?
sometimes.
That happens a lot, yeah.
Why?
They want to poop where the other poop is.
Yeah. Because in New York, they always clean the dog poop, so you never really see how it can really gather. In the woods, you know, it really gathers. There's a lot of dog shit.
You know how dogs will like pee on a light post? It's because other dogs have peed there.
So they're putting their scent on it.
Yeah.
And
the same thing
poop
with the
can be
shit.
similar. Yeah.
Yeah.
I really think it was only one shit, but I was so wrapped up in like the making
shit.
out and the roll in the hay that I just really, it covered so much
It
of my
spreads
leg.
very quickly.
It spreads so
very.
quickly.
I had a dog that died recently, like in June.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
It's okay, but she was
She was
17 and a
so
half.
sweet.
She was so sweet. And the last few months, she would like poop everywhere because
Yeah.
like, and then she was blind and she was deaf, so she would step in it and then it would just go everywhere. So like if we weren't like very diligently watching her, it was like our whole entire carpet was shit. I was on a Zoom once. Oh my God. It was so, I was in a very important Zoom with my boss once, like a very important Zoom. And like the writer's assistant was there, my boss was there, and then like literally I get up and I was like on the computer, so I like get up and like turn the light on quickly and I go back and like she had pooped right underneath me accidentally. And she had stepped in it and she was dragging it all over the carpet.
Yeah.
And then when I got up, I stepped in it with my flip-flop. So I was dragging shit all over the apartment because then I had to get water. So I got up and I got my water. I came back. I'm drinking my water. And then I'm like, it smells. Smells so bad. And I look down and there is just shit every single where in my living room. And then the fucking writer's assistant is like, oh yeah, I had COVID last March. And then my boss is like, yeah, well, you know, one of my other bosses, you know, he was really like, he said he just got fired because he was a huge misogynist and
you're
big
like, "Let's
homophobe.
go!"
And I was like, listen, I know this is very traumatic, but there is shit everywhere in my apartment. I literally stopped the COVID story. I was like, I'm sorry you had COVID. This is literally what I said. I was like, Edward, I'm sorry you had COVID, but
My apartment's covered in
and then
dog
I just
shit.
literally did this with my camera and I was like, there is shit everywhere and I have to go. And apparently they literally talk about it to this day. They laugh about it. They thought it was hysterical.
That's so
My
funny.
pet shit story is I have this cat, my first cat that I found on my college campus, Hafner, R.I.P., my actual fucking soulmate. I love this cat so much. When my girlfriend in college broke up with me, we had found him together, and she had broken up with me like
After you found him?
yes. And I was crying, and he'd been living under the bed. He'd never, I don't think, ever
In your
lived in a
dorm?
house. Yeah, in my dorm.
Oh.
And I started crying the day she broke up with me. And that night, he came out from under the bed and came up onto the bed, and we spooned. And we spooned every night his entire life. He slept next to me, and yeah. But he also had an affinity for rubber bands. And I left a rubber band out in my room, and I had been looking for it for a while. And I thought, that's so weird. I wonder what happened to that rubber band. Well, it came out of his asshole, covered in poop like a poopsicle, all around it, encased in poop. And he dragged it around my fucking apartment. And I had to pull it out of him.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh yeah, of course.
And, clean up the whole apartment. And that's my animal poop
It's
story.
so bad. It's so bad. It
Yeah.
just, it really, like, you're like, wow, there is just shit everywhere. And you knew that because it was on your thigh.
It was
Yeah.
it was
you,
so
you,
everywhere.
You were the rubber band.
I was the rubber band.
You were the carpet.
I was the carpet.
Well, that was a great story.
Yeah.
Well, that wonderful episode, Gus.
Indeed.
You were fantastic.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, time for butt plugs.
Yes.
Is there anything that you would like to plug?
Follow me on Instagram and at Constantly Gus, and TikTok at Constantly Gus. And my Venmo is also constantly, everything's Constantly Gus. So whatever you
Constantly
want,
Gus.
it's
That's
Constantly
what
Gus.
I want. I want my life to just be constantly Gus.
Aw.
It kind of is. It kind of is. Just tell you, yeah. I've been seeing Ashley so much because Sunday school, I'm like, she's also constantly Gus.
I am constantly Gus. I don't know who we have booked. Do we have booked? You booked this week?
No.
Me.
Oh, it's you.
Yeah.
Great. Well, fuck you. I wanted.
You asked me to do it, but I couldn't. So
I'll do
that's-
his material.
Okay, perfect.
You know it so well, and I
I
know
do.
yours. Is it a me too or a Rocky too?
I know. I can really do your
I
stuff.
think about that
The
all
whole
the time.
trip, I was thinking, is my dad gay?
That's so
I
funny.
feel left out. All right. So I think we need to rephrase finding the clit. It's not hard to find. We've all found it, regardless of your genital situation, which is the least sexy thing that I've ever said in my entire life. Hey, what's your genital situation down there? The thing is about finding the clit, we need to rephrase it. We need to rebrand it, because fingering is obviously a contentious term, inside, outside, because finding the clit is really much more about knowing what to do with it when you get there, because everybody's different, right? It's not the finding part that's hard, it's what to do with it when you get there. So I'm going to throw out a term. Let me know what you think about it. And listener, write in if you have a better one. Instead of talking about how he couldn't find the clit, let's say that his clit work was really bad, or she had great clit work. You should see her do clit work. Really strong clit work. The clit work was nuanced. It was empowering. That's the phrase that I'm going with. If you have a different one, write in, let me know. Support this pod. We make 90% of our revenue off Patreon. We're paying Alex, who's editing these. We're paying Kate. Let's keep the lights on. Patreon.com/WHGS. Plenty of bonus content there. Free tickets, all kinds of stuff.